you had one of your greatest experiences there, winning the SEC title, and then I guess probably one of your most disappointing coming so close to winning the national title. When you come back here to Atlanta, kind of, you have mixed feelings about that, or how do you feel?
Well, I live in Atlanta, so I live in Tucker. It is a little bit of bitter emotion. Of course, that was a tough loss, but I always pride myself on coming back and doing better. Getting over that mountain. I've been saying that all day. Just kind of getting over the top and getting to that next level. It's kind of cool because you see what it took to get all the way there, and to still take a loss. So now you kind of have insight on like what it takes. How much more it takes. How much work we put in last year. And we thought that was enough, but you have to give more. You have to be willing to sacrifice more. So, I just take it as a gift, and, I just kind of have insight to what more we need to do, how far we need to go, and how much harder we need to work for this year.
Is a close loss like that, is that a driving force in the offseason, or do you guys just kind of flush it with somebody here?
I feel like you keep it with you. You don't put that as your main focus, because if you focus on that, you're not going to win any games. But you keep that close to you. You just remember that feeling, and you remember, how you felt in those very moments, and you just let that drive you, and you let that fuel you into, where you want to go, and, how much you're going to put in to get to that point. You just have to, be realistic with yourself and just kind of do it and make those sacrifices and, go through those challenges and, challenge yourself and make sure you have, an ample amount of competition, through your team, and, you're playing your hardest football, for the whole year.
John, what is it? What does it mean personally to you to be a part of this? Knowing all the turmoil you've had to go through, now you're a spokesman for the program.
It's a blessing, man. I'm just glad to be here. I'm glad Kirby has faith in me. My team has faith in me. Our organization, I have come a long way, and it just it's kind of, I'm grateful to that they recognize that they see that, and that they're allowing me to come talk and on my team's behalf and represent my guys and just the university.
Well, besides the gratitude, what is the level of pride you have in what you've accomplished?
Well, I am proud. I'm very proud. I'm not a super prideful person, especially going through everything I went through. I kind of had to throw my pride to the side and, sacrifice a lot of stuff and just kind of, humble myself in a sense. Shout out to Devin Bellamy. But just kind of, just be where my feet are, not kind of think about too much and, just kind of accept things when they come and just accept the small gifts of life, you know what I mean? And I'm proud. I know my mom is proud. I know my family's proud. But you got to just keep chopping. You got to just keep going and keep walking. You can't really dwell on things too much. That guy's a character, man. I can't help but love him. He's a great coach. He coaches everyone differently. And he gets the job done. And it's effective, it's efficient, the fastest way you can do it possible, by playing the best you can. He always does small coaching points, and he'll probably laugh when he hears this, but he loves to talk. He's a guy of definitions, so every meeting we have, there's probably like 15 definitions that you'll hear. Like I can tell you the definition of hard in the dictionary is strong, resistant to pressure, not easily broke, bent, or penetrated. And that is the exact definition because he says it every day. And it's kind of cool because that's how he lives his life, off of definitions. And he'll tell you growing up, if he didn't know a word, he'd just look it up, study it, and figure out, how to adopt that word into his everyday living. And he's a hard worker. He does everything he can for us. He cares about our D-line. He cares about his team and about the program.
Every offense seems to have a component of RPO. How do you deal with it? How do you defend that?
You really just have to disrupt the quarterback when you can. I hate RPOs, I'm going to be 100% honest with you, because you can't really do much from a defensive lineman point of view because it just goes out so quick. And then if you start to play for it, then they'll just run the ball. And it is tough, but you have to try to disrupt the quarterback, just get a good pocket push, get your hands up and just try to, get some batted balls and just make sure, you're where you need to be in your gap, because once you bail on your gap, the ball is probably going to hand the ball off and it's going to hit right up through there. You're rushing the passer quick, or if you're playing for the run, then it's going to be a quick pass, out somewhere. You just kind of have to be ready. And it's kind of tricky to say you have to be ready for anything, but you just have to do it. And then, football, there's a bunch of plays where you just have to be ready for and expect, something crazy to happen.
How do you keep him from